So we did that whole big opening number. And we was on mute.
And we usually check that little spot. But because the system was acting crazy, it threw us off with our checklist. Because this was acting crazy, I had to start over
Thanks,
and
Bruce.
enter things in. Thank
Bruce
you
said
so
I
much.
can't hear you.
You saw just we were doing a Milli Vanilli, were we?
We talked about your stupid hairstyle and about how you're not going to change your hair anymore. And then I said Mitch McConnell failed. So I'm
glad we redoing it because you didn't hear me actually laugh, and that wasn't nice.
Mm-hmm.
So good, we starting over.
Bruce said, was it on mute? Yeah, it was on mute.
And that's one of our checklists. We go through our checklist. Is this ready? Is this ready? Is this ready? And it still was muted.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. So
how long would we have gone? We probably would have
the whole thing.
If Bruce hadn't logged in, we would have at least 15 minutes.
No, until somebody else would have said, I can't hear you.
And we would have been like, oh, man.
Would have been upset.
Talking about a story and we got to repeat it.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So this is the first thing. No, everybody's upset about the pill. The day after pill.
Well, it's not a morning after pill. This is another abortion pill.
This is another one.
This is not the morning after.
So this is another abortion pill. And apparently Gavin in California, Governor Gavin.
They broke the contract with Walgreens
because Walgreens doesn't want to put it out anymore.
They don't want to put it out.
All right. So what are they talking about?
Even the melon. So you're gonna have mixed views on that.
So let me go.
But let's see what the one politician. You have an article on it too, right?
No, you closed it.
I did.
Yeah, it's gone.
Oh, okay.
But go ahead. So I'm doing this.
Yeah, let's do what the View talks
about.
The
latest battle in the war over reproductive rights in America has California officials lashing out at Walgreens pharmacy for their decision not to carry the so-called abortion pill in some states where abortion is still legal. Here's what Congresswoman Katie Porter said about it.
California does not cower to extremists. We call them out. If Walgreens wants to make this decision, then California will make its decision, which is not to do business with companies that don't share our values and that restrict people's ability to get health care. I absolutely support the governor here. And as a consumer, and by the way, most of the women do most of the shopping for everyday items like grocery stores and families. As a woman, I'm going to be going to a different store. I'm going to be picking up a cart somewhere else other than Walgreens going forward.
Now, 21.
Now, when she say California won't do business, what does that mean?
If they can find a way to it's almost like she's saying boycott.
But does that mean
that's her way of saying we all going to choose not to go because you're going to make your decision to not give us an opportunity to get something that's for our health.
But Walgreens is still allowed in California.
They haven't made that decision. I think they're just kind of talking now. They're not doing the contract with them anymore, though.
See, that's what I don't understand.
They suspend Walgreens' contract, so maybe that contract
is government.
Then who cares? That's governor.
Yeah, I don't care.
So
if the governor doesn't want the state of California to have a contract with a company, then I don't care. But if he wanted to ban Walgreens from being in California, then I have a problem.
I don't know what he's suspending a contract. So what is that contract entitled?
It might be just a government contract, which means the government, when they buy stuff, they probably used to buy stuff from Walgreens. I don't know if
it's a government contract. I just know they're suspending that contract, $54 million. So maybe they may not be working with Walgreens anymore because you heard what that congresswoman said. She's agreement with him.
Keep going.
Does that mean? Because I was trying to figure out the details on even her saying that she's agreeing with the governor to suspend contracts with Walgreens.
Let me read.
Does that mean no Walgreens can be doing business at all?
All right, let me read
the pharmacy part.
Let me read this. California will end business with Walgreens over abortion pill stance, Newsom says. The pharmacy chain had come under pressure from 20 Republican state attorneys generals who said it could face legal consequences if it is dispensed, a common abortion pill, that pill, mifepristone. California would sever business ties with Walgreens after the pharmacy giant announced it would not distribute abortion pills in several states where abortion pill the abortion is legal.
It's legal.
Governor Gavin Newsom tweeted Monday. California won't be doing business with Walgreens or any company that cowers to the extremists and puts women's lives at risk. A spokesperson for Newsom, Brandon Richards, said in a statement that California is reviewing all relationships between Walgreens and the state. Richards declined to clarify what the state's current business with the pharmacy chain is.
Right.
And how it would cut ties. That's what I said.
Right.
I think he's saying as a government entity, we would no longer purchase from Walgreens. So they probably have stuff that they do in these clinics that's government ran. And,
I didn't take it as that.
Yeah, I think I
take it as the pharmacy itself. They won't be doing business with them, because if they're already saying we're not going to sell this, this, and this, then California probably has the right to say, well, we don't want your business.
Right, I just said that.
No,
they can't say that.
You said a government entity.
No,
nothing to do with a government. They're free. Walgreens has nothing to do with the government.
Yeah, they're not going to say Walgreens can't be in California. He could say, we don't want the state of California as a government entity purchasing from Walgreens. He could say that.
Oh, I don't know.
But he can't say Walgreens is no longer allowed in California.
Because they said CVS and Walmart got the same email. And they didn't cut out. They're still doing business. They're still selling that abortion pill.
Right.
That's the point. If Walgreens gets to a point like any other business where they make the decision, well, we're not going to sell the pill because we may get backlash for it. I get it. But even in the states that are illegal. But the ones that legally are, if you're legally, like Illinois is a legal state to have an abortion. Unfortunately, I wouldn't have one. But it's a legal state. Walgreens in the state of Illinois can't say, we're not going to sell this abortion pill if the abortion is not illegal. Well, that's the fight that people are having. Wait a minute, dude. I get the states that are illegal. But how dare you pull out and say you're not selling this product, because you're afraid of backlash.
We disagree.
And the one lady said, I agree with the governor. We ain't going to your store no more.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm boycotting you.
Hold on. I disagree that Walgreens doesn't have the right to say what they want to sell. You have the right to sell what you want to sell. That's a private company. That's a company that's open to the public.
I disagree. You
don't have to go there. You can pick it.
Here's the thing. The reason why I disagree, and I don't know what Sarah was saying, because a lot of people was on the bandwagon with her. And they were comparing him to DeSantis with Disney.
That's what I'm saying. He's like
a private company. No.
Not company.
I get it. I see. To me, it's different because DeSantis is in a whole nother world what he's doing with Disney. With gays, LGBTQ community. No, that's really stepping on people's rights in a sense of their choices they're making. The thing to me, the thing that I have a problem with Walgreens is that in the states where it's legal, you're not gonna get no backlash.
It don't matter.
You'll get back. I get it. You'll get backlash if you sell that pill in a state where it is illegal. I get you saying, "Oh, Texas, oh, Ohio, we won't sell the pill here." They would have to get that pill at another state that's legally abortion. Well, I guess that's the only problem. That's my only concern there.
All right. I guess what we have to figure out is, as a pharmacy, a company, a pharmaceutical company, and Walgreens is on the public sharing. So it's not like a mom and pop shop pharmacy. Okay. Does a pharmacy have to sell any pill, whether it's legal or not? Like if you go to Walgreens and you want to buy a heart medication, and Walgreens says we don't sell that heart medication here, does Walgreens have a legal right to say we don't sell that heart medication here, regardless of whether it's legal, illegal? That doesn't matter at our store.
They don't. Because a lot of these prescriptions are coming from doctors, physicians. They're not physicians. You can't tell if a physician gives his prescription to his
But you don't have to go to Walgreens.
Person. Well, that Walgreens is going to take a big hit on that. That's what they're saying in California. Right. California is one of the largest states in this country. If they got enough pull, they can pull Walgreens down and say, "How dare you be specific on what you can sell and not sell to us women?"
So can somebody find out? Does a pharmacy legally have to sell every pill? If I'm a pharmacy and I say at this pharmacy, we don't sell Sudafed or something. It's like a grocery store. You can't go to every grocery store and get every item.
If it's already approved by the group that approves medicines, then they have no right to.
No, I'm saying
If every medicine that is, what is that group in the country that approves? If it's approved by the FDA, to me, they have no reason to say no.
But is it legal? If it's you saying your opinion?
No, and it goes back to an extra step for me and how I feel. Now, everybody, y'all may not feel like I feel. If it's FDA approved, even whether you agree with it or not morally, you may morally like, oh, that's a bad pill. Like a blue. Joyce said, why don't they stop selling Viagra? And people laughed in the audience. Yeah. We don't want to sell Viagra because we feel like it overdoes some whatever their reasons are. You can't do that if it's FDA approved. Now, I do get it if you don't want to sell it in a state where the actual act of what it is doing is illegal. I get that. In the state of Texas or in the state of Alabama, if it's illegal to have an abortion, no, we're not going to sell abortion.
So we'll find out.
That's all I'm saying. The states where it is legal,
right?
How dare you say no? It's legal here. Let us buy that pill.
So we'll find out if that's legal. Because again, this is just your opinion. We'll find out if it's legal. Can a pharmacy say in its own that even though something is FDA approved, I'm looking at it like a grocery store. Even though something is FDA approved and or approved by, whatever the government, does that mean I have to sell it if I'm a store?
If the government approves you selling it, why can't I buy it from you?
No, you're not listening.
No, I'm saying
as a brand. If it's a brand and I say I don't want to
sell a generic brand of it.
All I'm asking
that's a good question.
We need to find out.
Are you not even wanting to sell a generic brand of it?
All we want to find out legally, we'll look it up. And if any of you know the answer to it, again, I don't want to hear opinion. I want to hear legally. Does a pharmacy have the right, just like a grocery store or any place else, that says if something, even though something is government approved, at my store, I don't want to sell it. Let's look ahead in the future. Right now, you're looking at an abortion pill. This is the part of me that becomes conservative. Let's look ahead in the future, and there's a pill that could change something that biblically or something we don't agree with. And we say, biblically, we don't agree with that. Does that pharmacy have the right as a pharmacy, even if it's in a state that says it's legal? Let's go with the 666 thing. Go with the 666 thing. All of a sudden, the government says there's a pill that every person has to take. So we know where you are at every single time of the moment. Let's usher in 666, right? So now it's this pill or something that you take. And the pharmacist says, Walgreens, we don't want to sell that at this store. Even though the government says it's legal, does the pharmacy have the right to say we don't want to sell that at our store and take a hit from the public? The public can picket them and say, well, if we can't get it from you, we're going to picket you then because every other pharmacy is selling it. Why are you not selling it? That's all I want to know. Do they legally have a right to do that?
I don't know.
So that's what we want to know.
I guess it's like if it's similar to the Congress telling the credit card companies what they can do and cannot do. A credit card company, how much can he do this and this? And a lot of times things are government regulated because they want to protect the consumers. So if we get to a point where our leadership in government, whether it's our Supreme Court, our president, whatever, gets so conservative where they pass a law that nowhere it can be sold any kind of abortion pill or any kind of pill that makes you blue. How much of that does the government's control
and how much
of it as a company?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh no, we want to sell that pill that makes you blue.
Right. And I don't know.
But we say no.
Right.
That pill does more than make you blue. That's what I'm saying. So I always look at it the opposite. If the government, unfortunately, like you're saying, gets in the bad hands of
what happens?
Decision.
See, it's always good. That's what I'm saying.
Checks and balances.
Everybody always fights when you agree.
Yeah.
But when it's something that happens when you don't agree, that's when everybody gets up at arms. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Flip it on the other side and say that the government is now saying that it's mandatory that everybody in the country takes a particular pill.
Right.
And every pharmacy has to have that pill because you are...
it needs to be available for every citizen to go have it.
But my opinion is, and I still hold this, if I'm a business, you don't have to do business with me. Just like Gavin said, we're going to pull our contracts from Walgreens. He has every right to do that. Now
let's see.
But he can't pull Walgreens out of California.
Now, unlike your companies like Hobby Lobby, which is a Christian-based company, or the My Pillow Man, or
and he has the right.
Chick-fil-A. Now, government protects people's rights with companies like that because a lot of times when companies that are faith-based or whatever, they may have strict rules like they had to come down on Chick-fil-A or whatever that
you can't discriminate against somebody on sex
and
or
that's what the
race
and our government, which we sometimes don't trust, they try to protect people's safety as far as what they're eating, where they're flying. So when you get to the point where the government is crazy,
but that's not me.
How much can that company go? Oh, you crazy government? We not selling that.
But me not selling an abortion pill is not protecting somebody.
Well, that's what people are thinking because if it's legal,
it don't matter
in certain states. The government is saying it's legal. That machine gun is legal. I'm not selling that gun at my store.
Yeah, what if you don't want to?
And people can go, well, we're not going to go to your store no more. And then his store shuts down and he has no business no more. So it could be about money too.
So we'll find out. This is my opinion. If Walgreens they don't legally have to sell that pill, then I agree.
Okay.
I don't feel like you should because DeSantis, I don't feel like you should force a company to do something because everybody else thinks that they could do it. That's my company. Okay. Now, if I want to take a hit, I'll take a hit.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
So that's a good question.
And if I lose a government contract, which I think that's what he's talking about.
$54 million.
Yeah, I think he's talking about a government contract, which makes sense.
I don't know where you get government contracts
because there's hospitals that are public hospitals that are funded by the state. Okay. There are clinics that are funded by the state. There are abortion clinics or Planned Parenthood and different things, whatever, that's funded by the state. And if we no longer want to do business with Walgreens, we don't get any Band-Aids, nothing from Walgreens.
Walgreens will lose those accounts.
That's what he's saying. We won't do business with you from California. You won't get our account.
Because my doctor asked me, what drugstore do you want me to send your prescription?
Right.
I say Walgreens right now.
Exactly.
If there's no Walgreens, I have to find another store to do it to.
Now, just like you said, abortion is not top on my list.
Yeah.
I'm still going to get my stuff from Walgreens. Yeah. I'm sorry that they're not selling abortion pill, but what does that have to do with me?
I don't care about no abortion pill.
Now, if you're passionate about it, women's rights and the right to choose and being able to go get the pill, then you can boycott Walgreens.
Yeah, you'll be the one boycotting, but
I'll still be at Walgreens.
I don't know. That's a real good. This is a good question. I'm glad this came up.
Bruce said he can hear us now. Wendy says, "Hello, ladies.
Hey,
what's up?"
Hey, everybody.
Bruce says, "Good point." Blessings Hot Topic says, "I'm here. Hey, y'all. I came in and hit the button." Claudia says yes. Scooby-Doo says hello everyone. Hey Scooby-Doo.
Hey.
Wendy says I am too old to have babies and have no daughter, so I can't say it concerns me. That's what I just said. It's like any other company, they can make their own rules. That's what I thought. That's what I'm saying.
That's you still reading?
Yeah. Emerald says, hey ladies. Hey Emerald. Wendy says a pharmacist in his or her professional judgment may refuse to fill a prescription. That's what I thought.
And that's what
I wanted to see if it's legal.
And that's what I wanted to know because this is just the abortion pill. This is just the beginning.
Right.
How many more pills that a doctor can prescribe that Walgreens will say no?
But they had a right.
I don't like that. I don't like that because I was telling Kim, those who came in later, I was telling Kim, I do understand in states where abortion is illegal. I really get that because Walgreens can say, pull back from these states. They are illegal.
Right.
Abortion is illegal there. We don't want to do nothing with
abortion.
abortion.
I gave you an example.
But the states where it is legal,
how
dare you pull back?
But I gave you an example of when the government says something is legal that you don't agree with. What if the government says, I want everybody to take a 666 pill, and Walgreens says, I'm not selling that pill? Then all of a sudden you agree with Walgreens.
No, I'm thinking as far as them having... I understand them having the right to sell what they want to sell, but in a right now where abortion is legal in some states, why are you pulling away from that?
Well,
so the women's rights to get a prescription from their doctor for something as legal, you're saying I'm still not going to give it to you. That's what I'm saying. I get it for the other states, but that's a good question.
Well, we agree to disagree. Yeah. I agree. Walgreens.
We're not really agreeing to disagree because you're right. We need to still find out how much power does a pharmacy store have.
But on just the principle, I agree.
Okay.
If they don't want to sell an abortion pill, they don't have to. I feel like
and
that.
I guess California is a good start because of the size of the state and the size of the impact that they make in our economy. If Walgreens gets hit real bad with this whole thing with California, the CEO may sit down and go, we may have to reevaluate this because we may go out of business.
Or
CVS may take the stock. Amazon may be on top. Walmart may be on top. They all got that email.
Or somebody may step up and say, you lost a $54 million contract from the California. Here's a $54 million contract from us.
The favor.
A Christian-based company. A Christian-based company may step up and say, you know what? You lost $54 million contract from California. I'm going to go ahead, Chick-fil-A. I'm going to go ahead and give you a $54 million contract.
Because you keep me in your plan.
And all my employees, all employees from all over the country at Chick-fil-A have to go to Walgreens to fill their prescriptions for free if they work for Chick-fil-A.
So that's favor.
So here's a $54 million contract from Chick-fil-A or Hobby Lobby. Any of these Christian companies, because you lost something. See, that's
okay. I see.
That's why I like our country, because we have the right to be able to do that. We don't live in a country where DeSantis says no from the government. Not only we're not going to do business with you, but you're not going to be able to do business here at Walgreens. I don't like that.
I kind of see now why they did mention it on The View. I don't how like it's similar. Because DeSantis is going after an organization, after a company. What if it was the other way around? What if the governor was going after Walgreens and saying, don't sell that pill here.
I don't like
We're
that.
going to bash. We're not going to come visit you. We're not going to come to your stores.
Like
you don't like that.
No. He can say it, but as long as he doesn't put anything in the law. Like if he says, no, Walgreens can no longer do business in in Florida. I don't like that.
Okay.
Let us as consumers decide whether we want to go to Walgreens or not.
Okay.
Not you as the governor. Okay. That's the part of giant head DeSantis I don't like.
Okay.
When he puts his stamp down and he says government, and he not only says this is what we think.
He's trying to make it law.
He's trying to make it a law so that everybody has to think the same way. I don't like that.
Okay, God, that's coming like communism.
I don't like that. That's what I'm saying. Okay. So if Gavin wants to take his California business away from Walgreens, that's fine. Okay. He has the right to do that as governor.
That's true.
Because they sign contracts. You bid, and we work for the government entity. And people bid.
They have a bid on these different agencies coming to help.
And we decide, decide, the government entity, on who they want to do business with. He could decide that. That's up to him.
Yeah.
But he can't ban Walgreens.
I think, too, one of the things they did mention is that Walgreens backed out because they didn't want the backlash. CVS hasn't backed out. Walmart hasn't backed out. Amazon hasn't backed out.
They won't.
And they probably won't.
See, first of all, isn't Walgreens the largest?
No.
They not the largest pharmacy?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Well, I can see CVS doing it. Walmart won't. Walmart takes everything. Walmart takes people that come in barefoot and
because I've heard through the grapevine.
Walmart takes any customer, any product, anything can go into Walmart.
I've heard through the grapevine, knowing somebody personally that Walgreens is losing some money.
Oh, okay.
And they do their taxes so they would know.
Wendy says, can the pharmacist refuse to fill my prescription? Yes.
Why?
They can. That's what I was saying. It's a not a. They don't have to.
Not because it was not for morality. No, it's because they don't have it in stock. They didn't fill mine because it wasn't in stock.
But what if they don't carry it?
They don't carry it, or it's not in stock. They have usually they'll have and Wendy, I've come across this. They have a generic version. But I run into that a lot. A generic version of what you're looking for, but they wouldn't say it for morality reasons. Why are they saying? Why are they saying not the abortion pill? But for morality reasons. But they don't want the backlash.
But that does bring up a good point.
Right. Can
you sell a particular drug but refuse to fill my prescription? And let me give an example. Prince was getting his prescription filled over and over and over again.
But from a doctor's approval.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
But different doctors. So let's say I'm a pharmacist and I say, I personally think something is going on here. Even though you have a doctor's prescription, I see you in here. You're in here way too often for this drug. Okay. I'm refusing to fill that prescription. Can a pharmacist legally do that?
It has to be those reasons like what you're saying.
No, does he even have...
If he feels that there's any kind of
because we do
illegal activity.
Think about the power we have as Uber drivers to deliver.
Right.
If we go pick up liquor, y'all don't know this. One of the things...
And I don't understand
that to them. One of the things, when we go pick up liquor for somebody, when you guys order liquor, we go to your house.
To your house.
And the first question that pops on our screen.
Not to your car, to your house.
The first thing that pops on our screen before we hand over that liquor, it says, does the person look sober?
And I laugh.
If the answer is no, then we hit no and you don't get that liquor.
You at your house. I don't like that rule. If I'm delivering to your car or you riding a bus, no, I'm coming to your own private home.
Now,
you in your PJs. Can I have my liquor, please? You look intoxicated. I can't give you your beer.
If I can, so I might have already answered the question. If I, as a dumb Uber driver, they say no to you, a pharmacist can say no to you. No, you look intoxicated. You look like you don't need this.
They have to have legal reasons why, though, because they probably have to put it in writing. They have to keep notes of that. Why? Because if you're going to come back, you can sue them.
I don't have to have a legal reason to not to give you that liquor.
I don't understand that rule.
See?
And when I went to pick the liquor up as an Uber driver, they asked for my ID. I said, I'm not drinking the liquor. I'm just delivering it.
It don't matter.
I need to see your ID. Why do you need to see my ID? Here's my phone with the Uber
matter.
name.
They want to know it's you.
But he was the only one.
Yeah.
And that's why I thought maybe it could be a race thing. I don't know.
But I understand.
No other liquor store asked for my ID as an Uber driver.
And I've delivered to people I felt they wasn't sober, but I still gave it to them.
Because they in their house. Oh, I don't get that.
If you ordering liquor in the middle of the day, you need it. That's how I feel. I'm not taking that away from you. You probably lost your job or something, and I'm judging you as a stupid driver
and not give you you make it hurt.
Now, if no one has never answered the door like, ugh.
I know.
Now, if they did that, I probably know. Because I may not even be able to hand it to you. You can't even take it. But I've had people
that's a good question, because it's still in their home.
I've had people that did not look sober, and I still gave it to them.
Yeah.
Because they was like, or you could smell the liquor on them.
Yeah.
So you know they not sober.
And you're thinking, as long as they're not, you don't look like you're in a vehicle getting ready to drive and I'm meeting you with your liquor. No, I get it.
And that's a bartender. The same thing. Yeah. I'm serving you a drink and I decide as the bartender, you've had enough, buddy.
But they can't be blamed if you leave that bar just totally out there and get in an accident.
No, those are good ones. Emerald says, the problem that I have with the Plan B is that women use that more than birth control. I see patients who haven't filled their birth control in over 5 to 6 months, but have used Plan B. Yep, for 4 or more times.
The night after. What is that night after?
That morning after pill. They're using them as birth control.
Yeah.
They're using them as birth control.
Yeah, and a lot of us don't like that. So
M. Perk says, "Hi, ladies. My notifications are not working like they should. I didn't get notified when you started. Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, sorry."
Wendy says, "No, I looked it up. They can say no." All right. So that's the same thing I said with the driver. I can look and say you don't look sober.
But the sad thing is, I really feel like if they can say no, they have to say why.
She's saying if they say no, they need to tell you why.
You just can't say no, because we may go into another what is it?
Right.
Civil rights thing. It may be like, why are you saying no?
Well, I don't know. Wendy says they can refuse. I just looked it up.
Okay.
Emerald says either it's not stocked or in stock or not covered by insurance, or if it's a C2, too soon to feel, or abuse.
Thank you.
Or abuse, which is what I said with Prince.
The abuse would be the reason why they can say no.
Yeah. Well, do they have to give you a reason?
They give me a reason. Mine has either been we don't have it in stock, or your doctor has approved.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to come in here to get another 30 days.
Right.
No, your doctor needs to say, we give her 30 days.
And M. Perk says, hello, Wendy. I didn't say hi back last time. Scooby-Doo says, well, luscious need to start looking more sober. That's true. Fix yourself up. If you have a tie, button your tie up. Even Ernest, was it Ernest on the one you watch, Andy Griffin?
Yeah.
Didn't he try to fix himself up
when they tried to get him a girlfriend?
Yeah. Wendy says, check your text, Kim. Okay. All right. So that answers that question.
This is a good discussion.
In theory, I agree with Walgreens.
Nah, I don't. And I don't agree with them for all states.
Wendy sent a text. It says, a pharmacist in his or her professional judgment may refuse to fill a prescription. So they doing the same thing we do as the drivers. In my own judgment, I can look and say, no, I'm not giving it to you.
Anytime you refuse, you got to give a reason.
No, legally do I though? You still saying what you think.
Legally, you can do it, but I need to legally hear what your reasons are.
Right.
Like even the police coming to arrest me. What did I do?
Emerald says, Emerald's a pharmacist. Emerald says,
oh, you are?
Yes, we give a reason.
Thank you.
But do you have to?
You have to give a reason. If somebody questions you, you say no as a pharmacist. No.
So
why?
Answer that.
Why
Emerald.
not?
Answer that, Emerald. Do you have to give us a reason? If somebody, like I said, if I was delivering to them and they was looked drunk, and I said no.
No, you saying pharmacist.
No, I'm saying me on my level.
Oh, okay.
If I say no and they say, why?
Because you're drunk.
No, do I have to give a reason? The answer is no.
Yeah, you have to.
No, on our thing, we don't have to give a reason. It says turn around and leave.
I don't like that.
It is what it is.
And you guys, you got to understand.
We don't have to give a reason.
We don't have to give a reason, but if we're delivering liquor to your house, that's your home.
Yeah.
That's your private area where you're ready to just throw down with your wine and your whatever.
But we don't have to give a reason.
Oh, wow.
And the reason why I think you don't have to give a reason is because if I say something to you, you're going to punch me in my nose. If I say
him, they may punch you when you say no.
No, I'm just going to turn around and leave.
They may punch you.
How you going to punch me and I'm leaving?
When you leaving, they may throw something. Give me my beer. Where are you going?
If you drunk, you can't hardly walk. I can push you over. Get out of here.
Oh my God.
Emerald says we give a reason, plus it's care with compassion. But Emerald, do you have to give a reason? That's the question.
Is that written in your rule book?
Do you have to give
as a pharmacist in the whole environment of the pharmacy? Do you have to give a reason when you tell a customer no?
What if you just sense that I'm drunk or something and you say...
Are you taking advantage of your doctor? You sign their name yourself? I mean, something...
Do you have to give a reason? Okay, you just say, we refuse, I'm sorry. And the person goes, why? I'm sorry, we'll send you a message in the mail.
Or can you say, talk to your doctor.
Go speak to your doctor.
Because they may have been the one that said no.
Okay. Wendy says, no, it could be an irrational addict. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not giving you a reason. If I show up and you can barely stand up.
But we've never done
I've never had that.
Yeah.
But if it does and you can barely stand up, I'm just going to turn around and leave.
Wow.
I'm not going to say, no, sir, I'm not going to give to you because you can barely stand up. So he can punch me in my nose?
Right.
No.
People get mean with their liquor.
Yeah. Emerald says, we explain what's going on, and if need be, we will contact the prescriber.
Yeah,
so, yeah. So,
the ball is out of your court.
It's out of your court. Mm-hmm. All right. So that's a good one. That's a good one.
It makes us think. So we're still waiting, though, for Walgreens type of
what's Walgreens' response to Al Gavin?
I'm saying that they were bullied.
To not sell it?
I'm saying that Walgreens was bullied not to sell that pill in the state of California.
All right.
But like you're saying, if they feel like they're being bullied and they don't care because they made the decision to not sell it.
If they made the decision, I'm really big on letting companies, as long as you don't infringe on people's government rights, then I'm big on, I don't have to go there. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to do business with you.
Oh, okay. Well, you said government right. That's what I was saying.
No, race, religion, sex.
Oh, for
as long as they're not discriminating. Yeah, as long as they're not discriminating against.
Okay.
Wendy says, "Did you watch my son's video? Do you have one, Kim?" Yes.
You got a video? You telling jokes? No.
I have where I've hosted. But not like a stand-up. I don't
like
do
your
stand-up.
son did. Yeah.
I don't do stand-up like what your son do. I do hosting. I'm the one that will bring the comics out on stage.
Right.
Give it up for Wendy's son. Yeah. All right.
Tommy, what's his name?
Yeah. Lenora watched
She would introduce your son. I would introduce him. She may say, I know this dude from such and such. And she may make a joke too.
Yeah. Or take one of his jokes and say something.
Like, dude, you finally flew in, man. Your arm's tired.
Yeah.
Come on in on her.
Your arm's tired.
That's the old
You know what? I actually did use that joke one time. And it was so stale.
But they laughed.
They laughed because it's so stale. I said, boy, I just flew in from such and such.
Boy, my arm's tired.
And everybody laughed like you. Because it's such a stupid joke.
Is. Sometimes stupid and cheesy jokes are funny too.
All right. Emerald says, yes, the lady sent me the link last night and I did watch it. So Emerald watched it. Lenora said he cussed.
Wendy, But
Wendy texted me and said he don't cuss when she come to his show.
I need to go to the show with you, Wendy. Because your son was like, woo.
And she texted and said that wasn't his that wasn't a real story, right? About the grandmother.
I said, we just had a show about the word B. I said, I know Wendy's son ain't calling his grandmother one. The devil is a liar.
And then Wendy said, his profanity makes me cringe.
It does. He's funny though.
Yeah.
He's funny. I told Kim to watch the whole act.
Yeah, she said makes me cringe. So I haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna watch it today.
Okay.
But yeah, she watched it. She said he's funny. So
he kind of reminds me of Chris Rock.
Wendy don't like Chris Rock.
I know you don't like him, but the way your son.
Oh, you mean he looks?
He resembles him a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So probably like below the nose or something.
His mouth.
He reminds me of Chris Rock.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, Chris' mouth not real. He had a lot of dental work. That's fake.
Go
to old Chris Rock. His mouth is totally different than this Chris. This is rich. This is rich Chris Rock mouth.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. He's been made up enough. He got a haircut. He looks way better.
Needs some more making up to do because he's not a nice looking man.
He looks better than he used to though. Oh. Like Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy's made up. Old Eddie Murphy, like Eddie Murphy's old joke. I'm still ugly Eddie Murphy from high school.
Remember our cousin had a crush on him.
Oh,
she loved Eddie Murphy.
Wendy says, no, she's nothing like that. His real grandmother. Okay. I told him he has a good stage presence. She told him her son that. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Emerald saw it. I'm going to look at it. I don't know what I did. Oh, I'm going to look at it, Wendy, today.
Okay, what's next?
All right. Dang, it was a long time on your stupid
I
appeal.
I know.
Mitch McConnell treated for concussion after suffering fall at D.C. hotel. Ma, did they talk about that on CNN?
Yeah.
About Mitch McConnell falling?
Yeah.
Okay. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell is being treated for a concussion and is staying at a hospital for observation after a fall at a hotel in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday evening.
Wow.
He tripped at a dinner event Wednesday evening and has been admitted to the hospital and is being treated for a concussion. He is expected to remain in the hospital for a few days for observation and treatment. David Pope, whatever his name. Is that Pope? Pop. Communications director for McConnell said in a statement released Thursday afternoon. The leader is grateful to the medical professionals for their care and his colleagues for their warm wishes. He's so stale. Even when he fell, I bet you he was stale.
Oh
my God, I fell.
At first I laughed and I went, no, he had a concussion. That's not funny. Remember we talked about yesterday people falling?
That's why I brought this up, because he failed. The 81-year-old is the Senate's longest-serving GOP leader, known for helping the party achieve key Republican priorities. He basically passes everything that was going. Why I told you Trump was outside taking everybody's attention. Mm-hmm. Mitch McConnell was in there passing every bill under the.
Let me sign this while everybody's eyes is on something else.
Lawmakers from both sides of the aisle have publicly sent McConnell well wishes. Mm-hmm. Nobody wants the man to fall.
Fetterman. I saw Fetterman's name.
Yeah, everybody wants him to be okay.
Because he's dealing with health issues and people kind of downing on him.
Yeah. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries said he and his fellow House Democrats were praying for a swift and full and speedy recovery, a sentiment echoed by Senate Minority Whip John Thune, and second-ranking Republican in the Senate. The minority leader previously fell at his Kentucky home.
Okay, you're doing a lot of falling.
In 2019 and fractured his shoulder.
Why are you falling?
See?
You're getting older,
You're doing too much falling, McConnell. So I'm sorry about that.
You know what? And it's so funny because when these guys are going through their own little situations, they can't. Don't mess with Biden no more. Mm-hmm. You falling. Don't mess with Biden. If Biden falls, understand y'all getting old. So when you stand up, don't walk too fast. Maybe stand up and get your head together and then start walking.
Scooby-Doo said, bless his heart, but it did not knock any sense into him.
Yeah.
No, it
we'll
made
see
it
if he maybe.
Wouldn't it be something if he got a concussion and he comes back and thinks he's Democrat?
That would be funny.
We're going to take care of a lot of things.
That's a movie.
We're going to take care of a lot of things that we need to sign into law here. Uh-huh. First of all, the first thing we need to take care of.
And people be like, Mitch, what side are you on? the fall changed you. Mitch. They'll sit him down so quick. Oh, my God. They'll vote that man out so quick.
What if the fall made him think that he black?
Kim. Ain't that much falling.
I'm the first, being the majority, being the majority leader, my minority leader in the Senate, as the first black minority.
Mitch, what happened? Mitch, you're not black. Girl, they'll call him out too quick. They'll sit him down so quick. You're thinking of movie ideals, TV shows.
What, for Mitch?
For any politician that falls and hits his head.
Oh, this her son.
Yeah, I saw the video.
Can I put it up there? This your son.
I saw his video. He seemed very relaxed with the crowd. I give him that. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's a crowd that he's used to, Wendy. Because a lot of times you can tell audience the way the stage was, he was in the audience. Uh-huh. But I noticed that about him. He's relaxed with the people. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, what's up? Man, what's up? How you doing? That kind of relaxed. Mm-hmm. Some comedians are a little nervous. Yeah. Sometimes.
Okay. All right. So Mitch, full recovery for you, Mitch
McConnell.
Mitch, you're right. That's a movie. The Senate minority falls, hits his head, and becomes something else.
And wakes up as a Democratic.
Okay. Colorado police say no charges for Morant. I always say his name wrong. They didn't charge him. This is the basketball player. Remember that we were talking about everything he's doing with that stupid gun, and now he held it up at a nightclub and we was thinking that he's gonna get suspended from the NBA and all this stuff. No, they haven't done anything yet. Oh. But the police aren't pressing any charges. Okay,
so
he got blessed on that one.
Yeah, buddy, you got somebody praying.
And I think it's an open carry state, so that's probably why they couldn't press no charges. Okay. But the nightclub could say something if they wanted to. Okay. And then his contract with the shoe, Nike, they sent out a statement saying that they're not going to release him. So they don't want to,
I thought that he was sat down from the team.
Well, we don't know yet. Well, yeah, suspended. Yeah. So somebody brought up a very good point. When Kyrie Irving said what they thought he was doing, that whole thing with the Israelites, the Jewish thing, everything was taken from him. the shoe deal. They was getting ready.
He didn't hold a weapon up.
That's what I'm saying. So you see,
his weapon was his mouth, though.
This is where y'all have to understand. Even though I don't agree with everything crazy Kanye and everybody else says, this is why they said you can't say anything about the LGBTQ community. You can't say anything about Jewish people. You can't say anything. You know what I'm saying? There's certain groups that if you say something about or negative, they will take everything from you. And then there's certain things. Nobody cares about him waving a gun and being crazy and beating up a 17-year-old.
Say nothing about
but
Jews.
As long as you don't say nothing about the LGBTQ or Jewish people, all of a sudden he doesn't lose his deals. He's okay.
Because to me, I mean, not both being good, but to me, his was dangerous.
That's what we're saying. So what's the bar? Like, what's the... And again, it goes back to what I was saying when we was talking about yesterday, if y'all remember, doing jokes on slavery. If black people don't say nothing, those two groups that we talked about, the LGBT and the Jewish people,
and they will tear you down.
Will shut you down if you say something. So that's what I'm saying. If you're not standing up for it and pushing for it and all of this, these businesses aren't going to do anything because they're making money off of them.
That's true.
They're making money off of him. They're not going to get rid of him.
Who was the player that...
And his dad comes to every game. He has a family structure. He's not a street dude. He's trying to be a street dude.
I know. That's the problem. And I'm hoping that the fact that he got off and away from any other situations that could be worse, I hope he examines himself and sits and goes, you know what, I need to stop doing this.
The Grizzlies announced that Morant will be away from the team for at least 4 games.
Yeah, he was suspended.
That means the earliest the All-Star guard could potentially return is March 17th. So he's not sat out. He just was suspended for some games.
I knew some games were actually said. He mentioned it.
So that goes to show you, see? Because he didn't say anything about the LGBTQ community, or he didn't say anything about Jewish people, all of a sudden he kind of gets a slap on the wrist.
And he probably would have gotten a slap on the wrist, God forbid, if he hurt a female.
Yeah. They don't care about that. Scottie Pippen pushed his girlfriend down the stairs.
That's sad.
While she was pregnant. Nothing happened.
But if it was a Jewish
Robinberg, what's his name? The quarterback for the Steelers, that whole rape allegation, all of that, nothing.
Wow.
So, you know, Wendy says, no, he goes all over her son. We march. That's what Wendy said. When those companies got rid of Kanye, they lost money. They sure did. And Emerald says we make that's because he was anti-Jewish. They willing to
At
take
Block
a
Advisors,
hit for
we're
that.
tax experts for small businesses.
They willing to take a
smaller.
hit for losing money on that, but not for something like this. Wendy says when those companies got rid of Kanye, they lost money. Emerald says we make jokes out of these things to take the power away from those who use it. Yeah,
that's why
we talked about that yesterday. As black people, we don't really take away humor on anything.
We make light of it. We make jokes from it,
and that helps us cope.
We changed the narrative of it, with the N word. We changed the narrative, but we took it back. And it's a term of endearment. What is it?
Ex-NBA star Sean Kemp arrested after drive-by, but officials say no immediate charges. Former NBA star Sean Kemp was arrested after a drive-by shooting near Seattle, and authorities said Thursday that he'd be released with no immediate charges. Kemp was booked into a Pierce County jail just before 6 p.m. Wednesday on a felony drive-by shooting charge, county records showed. What's going on here?
What does that mean? He did the drive-by?
But by Thursday afternoon, they showed that the 6-time NBA All-Star was set to be released by 9 p.m. Thursday. Kemp will not be criminally charged on Thursday pending further investigation by the police. Officers had responded to reports of shots fired at Tacoma Mall in an altercation between the occupants of 2 vehicles just before 2 p.m. local time. One of the drivers had fired several rounds at the occupants of the other vehicle before the victim vehicle fled the area. They said the suspect, who they identified only as 53-year-old, was taken into custody without incident and booked in a local jail. A firearm was recovered from the scene, they said. I'm hoping
this
that...
This man is 50-some years old, acting like this.
Well, I'm hoping that he was defending himself. That's what I'm hoping.
Oh, like they was coming at him.
I'm hoping that he was in a car and some knuckleheads
drove up, rob him or something.
Yeah,
or get at him.
That's what I'm hoping.
Okay.
So we'll see depending investigation.
Because this behavior is like no.
It says the former NBA star now operates at least one cannabis shop in Seattle. See, that's what I'm thinking. I'm hoping somebody was trying to rob him.
Okay.
And he was defending himself.
Okay. So they'll investigate.
That's what I'm hoping.
Isn't that something? It's like,
but if that's the case, he can't ride like that.
No, dude. No. I guess a lot of times people, they don't understand that the lifestyle that they're living now, it has to change. Yeah. If they're at another level.
Well, Emerald says Kemp will never change. He has always gotten himself into trouble.
Really?
Let's hope, Emerald, that this time he was the person defending himself. And that's why it ended up being a drive-by.
Okay, we'll see.
Let's hope. Let's keep our fingers crossed.
Okay.
Because he's retired. Now, I had to talk about Monique and Daddy.
Okay, what's going on with Big Daddy?
Monique on why she grew out of her open marriage arrangement.
She was always advertising that, promoting that.
He loved me at my worst. I remember we were the boneheads for not agreeing with her having an open marriage. You guys aren't elevated enough. You guys only think of sex when we say open marriage. That's not only thing that's with an open marriage. Okay. You guys have lowered your mindsets to thinking that an open marriage, all out, huh? Everybody was wrong. Okay. Because we didn't go with her having an open marriage with Daddy.
And didn't understand it and didn't agree with it.
That she wanted to continue to have sex with some man she was with when she got married to him.
Thank you. And he too.
And have a relationship. Not just sex, but a connection.
So open marriage can either also mean that you're connecting with the people outside of your marriages as well.
And that's what she was used to say, that there's nothing wrong with that. What's wrong with that? Okay. Why can't you guys get on board with that? Marriages who have she said it. Marriages who have open relationship last longer than the ones that don't. Why all of a sudden you changing?
What's going on?
Monique is sharing why she and husband's daddy, Sidney Hicks, have rethought the open marriage agreement.
Oh, both of them?
Yeah.
Not just her.
Well, he didn't want to, remember, accordingly. Most men who say they probably want to cheat. They don't want you to openly know about it. I don't want to tell you I'm getting ready to go to her house.
They don't want you doing it.
Yeah. The Oscar went, and I agree. I hear some black men say, and it could be racial that we always say this, and it's wrong. But any black man, most black men ain't gonna want their women in no open relationship.
No.
So come on.
And I was always thought, and y'all may get me for this. If I was in a marriage
and he wanted it,
and he kept doing it, like slipping, I said, "Oh, okay. So you saying that this is an open marriage now, right?" Because I truly would do it too.
Well, an Oscar winner in a wide-ranging interview with the Hollywood Reporter spoke about her relationship with Hicks, who is also her manager, 17, and whom she shares a 17-year-old twin sons. Monique, 55, says Hicks is the best manager that I've ever had, and I've had the big boys, and added that they are practically irreparable as a couple, inseparable. Monique also mentioned that she grew out of the desire for an open marriage, which she and Hicks, whom she wed in 2006, had previously been candid about. She said, life began to happen. I began to see a strength I had never seen before. He loved me at my worst. I didn't want to sacrifice that just for a lay, so I grew out of that. So I guess we all didn't grow out of it when we was being condemned for not agreeing with her open marriage.
So is she admitting that she was
wrong?
She was wrong, but if she was at a place where now she's not feeling that way anymore, that means that you were really hurt when you went into as an open marriage. To me, there's some insecurity there to say leave it open. Yeah. But now you found yourself.
Yeah. The comedian whose Netflix special, remember we was boycotting Netflix. All of a sudden, there's this Netflix special. My Name is Monique debuts April 4th. First revealed she was in an open marriage in an interview with Essence back in 2006. Never misses. They thought it was about swinging and orgies, and then there were individuals who were vehement about God, and they were bringing God into their opinions, she said at the time. People lost their minds, and criticism has never let up. Monique also added at the time about their agreement, which was her idea. Sidney had this one thing he had to teach me, and that was
reciprocity.
Yeah, reciprocity. He said, if you can have that, it's only fair that I can have that, which is what you said. I wanted to continue to see the gentleman that I was seeing, and I felt comfortable telling my best friend, Hicks, I'm grateful he taught me I had to play fair. Why'd you even get married?
I know. You didn't have to go make it legal.
So I never agreed. I never agreed with her talking about the open marriage. And my thing is, it wasn't so much that she talked about the open marriage. She dogged out all of us who didn't agree with her having an open marriage. And now she don't want an open marriage. See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And then too, she's been hypocritical even with Netflix.
Yeah.
Because she wanted us to all boycott it. What if we were boycotting it?
Yeah.
Her show wouldn't be seen.
Emerald says, Kemp will never, okay, he'll never change. Wendy says Ruby D and Ozzie Davis had an open marriage. Yeah, that's what Will and Jada said. But they said it was in case somebody got weak and meant that wasn't a deal breaker. Okay, so if you cheated, that wasn't going to ruin your marriage. I'm sure Ruby D wasn't sleeping with Ozzie's friends or her sons or kids' friends like Jada.
Yeah, like Jada.
Emerald says they have an entanglement. Laugh out loud. Wendy says Ozzie said he never had to use it because Ruby's been every woman he could imagine. Aw. That's sweet. That's every.
I wonder, do you even put that option out there to see if your spouse would take it? Would take that?
That's a trap. If your spouse say that and you fall for it, that's a trap. Okay, Jonathan Majors, real quick. Jonathan Majors to become NBA icon Dennis Rodman in an upcoming buyout.
They got this man playing.
He playing everybody,
every single movie out there. I guess he's gonna become another Samuel Jackson.
The actor says he feels the weight of responsibility to do justice for Hall of Famer's unique personality on and off the court. It's gonna be hard to play Dennis Rodman.
No, you know what? He can go back and get that pink jacket he had on. Because Dennis would have worn that.
That's probably what made them think of it. Because him wearing it's Jonathan Majors is set to play Hall of Fame for Dennis Rodman in an upcoming buyout. Rodman, known for his eccentric nature, both on and off the court, will be brought to life on the big screen by Majors and the production team. We all going to see that movie.
I don't even know if that's going to be okay.
The 33-year-old actor acknowledges the pressure that comes with portraying such a unique character and has expressed a desire to sit down and chat with Rodman.
And he's still living, too.
Himself in order to ensure accuracy in the portrayal.
That man, I got a taste of Dennis Rodman when they were in that reality show, when all of them were in the house together with Tamar and Kim.
Oh, yeah,
Cole.
yeah.
He was acting crazy then.
Dennis is a tough one because Dennis has so many layers to his personality that it's going to be very... That's another reason why Michael Jordan...
sensitive. He's angry. He gets angry. He's sexually...
That's another reason why Michael Jordan is one of the best players of all time, because he knew how to rein in Dennis Rodman.
Because when Dennis went away in Vegas to play when
he wouldn't come to the thing.
They had the playoffs going, and this man gonna fly to Vegas.
Yeah, and get drunk. And then when he showed up, everybody's like, "Y'all gonna let him play?" And Michael was like, "As long as he put that ball where he need to be on the court."
Michael said,
"I don't care what Dennis does."
Yes.
But he knew how to, and even Dennis said Michael knew how to work with him. He knew how to handle him. There's a lot of parts of being the greatest basketball player of all times, and that's one of them.
Yeah.
Knowing how to lead your team.
Yeah.
So he knew how to lead it. And Scotty couldn't stand Michael, and he knew how to lead him.
I know. And
so
all that came out later.
Well, Scotty never lived up to Scottie Pippen is one of the best basketball players of all time. It's too bad he didn't know that.
Thank you.
And he should have been making way more money, doing way more things. Yeah. But that's him. But you know, he can't blame nobody but him.
But you know what? His name still got known even with the three of them, and the whole team winning awards. I say, Jordan overshadowed you. Yeah. But understand, it's almost like let the overflow flow on me too. Hey, but together,
right.
You know.
M. Perk says, will he wear a wedding dress? You know he is.
Yes.
He has to. That's huge.
Anybody that's going to
play Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, they got to be that side of
Is he going to go to Korea?
I didn't see
it.
It's funny because this guy's playing it, and we're just learning who he is as an actor. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't have thought Denzel Washington's son would play it.
Play what?
Dennis Rodman character. I don't know. For some reason.
He's playing him?
No. The point I'm making is, it's funny how this guy is getting, playing him. What's his name?
Yeah, Jonathan.
Because Jonathan is still fresh and new.
Yeah. And
we don't know where he is as far as what he likes to do and what scenes.
Okay.
But for some reason, I would have never thought of a Denzel Washington son playing this. That would surprise me.
Oh.
That's what I meant to say. I don't know what it is. Maybe this guy right now, I don't know. We'll see another side of him.
Scooby-Doo says Chadwick was playing everyone too. Yeah. I think they're trying to replace Chadwick with Jonathan Majors.
You think?
Because we lost Chadwick.
Because Chadwick played a number of characters.
And now we got Jonathan Majors and everything. I think they're trying to replace him. That lane is open.
We'll see.
That lane is open. Mm-hmm. So, and he's a good enough actor to do it.
Okay.
Wendy says that's why he was dressed like that. That's what I was saying in that on that cover.
They probably saw
flamboyant in that picture. Yeah, because now you can see him. You can see him dressing like Dennis Rodman. Emerald says he lost me with the full makeup and wedding dress. Yeah, that's Dennis Rodman.
I know.
And M. Perk says Scotty hated being second fiddle. He sure did.
Yeah, he sure did.
But he took it.
I don't mind being second fiddle because I'm part of the fiddle.
And real quick, Deion Sanders' prayer controversy at Colorado showed he is not at Jackson State anymore. He wants to pray like he did at HBCU.
What do you mean?
You know how you pray in the locker room or you pray or whatever?
Yeah.
No, the
they
bill,
said no,
you can't do that.
Why can't he do it there?
When Deion Sanders left Jackson State football for Colorado, he said God told him to go there.
Yeah.
Sanders also said God called him to Jackson State. When he was coaching the Tigers during a successful 3-year run, there hardly was anyone who would tell him no, even during team-led prayers. In several of his Instagram posts, Sanders has been praying with his team before practice, meetings, and games. Mm-hmm. If anyone had an issue with it at JSU, it never was stated publicly. That ended when he came to Colorado. Mm-hmm. The Freedom from Religion Foundation sent a letter on January 24th to the University of Colorado Chancellor and copied the athletics director, Rick George, claiming that Sanders is engaging in inappropriate and unconstitutional actions by engaging in religious exercises with players and staff members.
It is our understanding.
You can't do that.
What did it say when you went up? You reading more of it?
It is our understanding that on December 20th, they just talking about a staff member led other staff members in Christian prayer to start an official meeting. What he did.
Oh, okay.
You can't do that. Not at a public school. You can't do that.
Interesting.
See?
The school he was at was an HBCU.
HBCU. You see how at an HBCU, a black college, black people pray.
Yeah, they pray everywhere.
We almost look at you if you say you don't pray. If you're a black person, you say you're an atheist, black people look at you and go, you a what?
That's why I was surprised when what's his name on the field that had the heart attack that fell out, that they all huddled and prayed then. And that was a pro ball player team. So surprisingly, yeah. But you know what? That to me, that's petty.
I think it's not going to work because if then in that case you got to take.
He may take it to the extreme. Okay. I don't know if he's going to fight this or not.
Well, knowing Deion Sanders, you know he is.
Like, you going to tell me I can't pray?
The letter referenced a precedent set by the Supreme Court's decision, Kennedy versus Bremerton, in which a high school football coach prayed on the field after games. Yep. In June, the Supreme Court ruled in the coach's favor 6-3, and that coaches can pray in public when students and others are witnessing it nearby.
I think he's going to fight this.
And you have to understand,
because the man that he is,
that until it changes, it's one nation under God.
Yeah.
And you have to understand that still in America, Christian principles are still that's the formal religion of United States of America. But it's Christianity.
I appreciate, like I think I told the story before, where our sorority went to be with in this girls' home for holidays. Okay. And at the foundation of our sorority is prayer as well. Like you said, a lot of HBCUs is prayer and church and God and God we trust. And you even said nationwide, even though we have other religions, other faiths, even atheists is here. Right. But we politely ask the staff if anyone's uncomfortable,
you can leave.
And then a few girls left because they were another faith. One wasn't no faith, and one was Islamic.
But somebody may say that that's wrong because now you making them feel like they have to leave because you want to pray.
Well, either you stay with us to pray or you go.
So that's a touchy situation
because I'm gonna pray.
That's a touchy situation.
It's freedom of speech.
Yeah, it's a touchy.
I can stand in the middle of the as if I'm waiting on my plane ride. Hallelujah, be glorified, Jesus. Right. You gonna arrest me?
But you're not making everybody pray
with
you.
I understand that. But I'm saying he's gonna fight this.
Well, he don't have to. The state of the school don't care.
Oh, okay.
The letter came because everybody prays. That's what I'm saying.
You're gonna tell Deion Sanders.
And you're gonna tell
can't pray.
You're gonna tell a country with the Bible Belt. And with the majority of the country, a lot of people don't realize this because they live in California or they live in New York.
Yeah.
The majority of this country is conservative, y'all.
Yeah.
The majority of this country has Bible, Christian beliefs. That's it.
Yeah.
So the bottom line is until that shifts, you're going to see people having prayer before Congress meetings.
Yeah.
They pray before in the Congress.
Yeah, we've been to places where they had 3 prayers. They had a Christian prayer. They had a guy, Islamic, Muslim faith. He did his prayer, and we had a Jewish person.
Right.
So they felt like we're capturing all of the religions in this room.
Yeah.
And there are some churches that's like that, interfaith churches.
Yep. Let's see. M. Perk says, has Michael B. Jordan done other movies? He would be good. Wendy says he plays a cowboy. Emerald says, I don't understand why people have such a problem with prayer. He is not sexually or physically assaulting anyone. Wendy says, the harder they fall, Jonathan Majors, Regina King, and Idris Elba on Netflix. Okay. And M. Perk says, thanks, Wendy. Yeah, he plays in a lot of stuff, Jonathan.
Okay.
So we'll see him I think he could do the Dennis Rodman. I think he's shown, again, I agree, with that magazine cover to get people used to seeing him a different kind of way. So that's a different way. So now if you see him dressed in a wedding dress on playing Dennis Rodman, no one's gonna be like,
you wonder too.
That don't fit him. He could do anything.
And I know, Wendy, you in this field, I'm sure, and even we got relatives in this field, there have been probably actors who have been asked to play certain things and they probably said nah.
Right. And it's your choice. You can say I don't want to play something.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, your donkey of the day. Wendy says, yay, tomorrow I can talk. Oh, yeah, Friday. Friday is tomorrow.
I hope you don't have no technical problems.
Oh, Wendy, now she said she fixed it.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
The whole show. Wendy.
Can you hear us?
Wendy, can you hear us?
We see your Pepsi can.
Put no, Wendy, right there, Wendy. Right there, Wendy. Turn your mic on, Wendy.
The whole show.
All right, let's see, Wendy.
Oh, God.
So tomorrow, practice tonight.
Okay.
To make sure you can come on tomorrow.
Yeah.
Now and then anybody, again, if you have not sent us your email.
Have like three emails.
I'm putting it in the things. Woods Creation for you at gmail.com.
And whether you come on or not, I can still send you the invite.
Send us an email. Send your email to this. I just put in our email, woodscreationforyou at gmail.com. If you have not already sent us your email, if you would like to come on every Friday, we're going to do a show where we bring you guys on. Woods
Report and Friends.
Yeah, Woods Report and Friends. And we try to bring you guys on so that you guys can talk so it's not this lag on this screen either.
Right.
And also it's good to see who y'all are.
Yeah.
You don't have to show your face. You can show your name or your picture or something. But yeah, send us your email if you want to be on the show. And again, I'll look. If you're somebody that we haven't we haven't seen and we're not used to, then I'll give
you. May not get the invite.
Yeah, you won't get the invite. Really maybe in the future.
Family that has really started.
Yeah, it's people that we know and that we've been talking to for months now.
Yeah, and y'all not saying nothing crazy because some people will go, "Ooh, I don't think we need to invite them."
M. Perk said, "What time zone are you guys Central?"
So Chicago time.
Chicago 4 p.m. So 5 o'clock Eastern.
Like right now it's 5:23.
Yeah. Wendy says, yeah, it feels so much better. Yeah. So tomorrow, you're right, Wendy. Here's your donkey of the day. Charlemagne the God.
Gotta end it.
On the Breakfast Club. Florida stripper arrested for throwing a wad of money at a man.
How are you arrested for throwing money at somebody?
Did it
hit him in the head?
A disgruntled Florida stripper was arrested last month after she allegedly hurled a large amount of rolled up money at her co-worker's head. Taria Miller, 29,
I'm gonna keep it.
And her accuser, a 34-year-old man whom said she previously dated for 6 months, both work at the Baby Doll Strip Club in Clearwater, according to a criminal complaint. The alleged cash attack happened inside the club at 11:55 a.m. on February 26, a week after the couple had called it quits, the complaint said. When the man attempted to walk across the stage to speak to another co-worker, Miller purportedly hurled a large wad of cash at him, striking him in the back of the head, the report stated. Miller was slapped with a misdemeanor domestic battery charge, according to the complaint, which noted that she appeared to be sober and the attack did not draw blood.
Thank you.
Now, what kind of guy would call the police over somebody throwing?
That's one hit I would take. A wad of money, catch it, and keep on walking.
Miller was reportedly released from jail without bond in order to avoid contact with her ex-boyfriend, even as she was allowed to continue dancing at the club that employs them both. Why is he mad because she hit him in the back of the head?
Or did somebody see her hit him and they charged her?
Who calls the police over something that's stupid?
She threw money at this man.
It didn't draw any blood.
If he hit him in the head, I'll turn around and see.
And I'll pick it up.
Pick it up and keep on walking. What is wrong with people? I can see if there was a bottle or any other type of item. But a wad of money? Oh, hecky no.
If you hit me in the head with a wad of money.
And why did she throw it?
Hold this. If I'm outside and you hit me in the head with a wad of money and it still draws blood, I still won't call the police.
But think about
I'm going to pick the wad of money up and leave.
Let's go to the other side of this. Why are you throwing money at this man if you mad at him?
She couldn't throw
a bottle or a shoe.
You know what? She probably was. This is what probably happened. You know how they pick up their money, the strippers. Yeah. And he probably was talking some crap, and she had all that money in her hand, and she went, and hit him in the back of the head.
You just made that money as a stripper. Why are you throwing it at him? I don't get that.
No.
Okay. Who's the butt, though?
And who's calling the police?
Donkey? Who's the donkey?
I don't know.
Her?
He has to be given, he got to be giving the guy the donkey, right?
The guy was the one that called the police on her.
He couldn't have given her the donkey, did he? Let's see, y'all.
Because she would be the donkey throwing the money. He would be the donkey getting hit with it and calling the police. So they both donkeys.
Your thing is not.
You trying to get that story again?
I have the Breakfast Club, but you don't have the Breakfast Club.
Because you told me not to be on.
You on yours.
No, I'm on yours.
Oh, I didn't go with the Tyrese story today. He's a Tyrese. Maybe we'll talk about Tyrese tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll save him for tomorrow.
Okay, so here's the donkey of the day. Let's see what he said. It's slow.
Like if he's calling her the donkey or him the donkey.
Are you a low-income American on food?
I can't play that. I'll get yellow mark.
Low-income American. Skip.
Donkey of the day. with Charlamagne the God. I don't know why y'all keep letting him get y'all like this.
Listen, Duval, Donkey of the Day for Thursday, March 9th goes to police officers in Clearwater, Florida. Now, what does your Uncle Shala always tell you about the great state of Florida? The craziest people in America come from the Bronx and all of Florida, and today is no exception. In fact, today's Donkey requires our immediate attention because it's just a reminder of why we should all be more concerned about where this planet is going. Okay, there was an injustice in Clearwater, Florida that needs our attention, ladies and gentlemen. Portia, you and my good sister Tamika Mallory need to round up the troops and head to Clearwater because there is a young 29-year-old woman named Tiara Miller who needs someone advocating on her behalf because what the police did to this young lady is one of the greatest injustices I've ever seen. Okay, see, Tiara is a stripper. An exotic dancer, all right, a burlesque queen, a bump and grinder, a peeler of panties and other items of clothing, a pole crawler, dropping the clues bombs for all the strippers out there. Okay.
Never heard some of them descriptions, but okay.
Well, your service is appreciated, okay, Tiara, and all the scripters out there, your service is appreciated. And this woman, Tiara, put in work at Baby Doll Script Club in Clearwater, and she was arrested and charged with a misdemeanor domestic battery charge. Now, I know you want to know, why is your Uncle Charlotte making such a fuss about a misdemeanor domestic battery charge? Because
and then you turn around and say,
so it's the police, though. That answers the question.
A week after they broke up, and the man attempted to walk across the stage to speak to another co-worker. I guess Tiara wasn't feeling that because she allegedly hurled a large wad of cash at him and hit him in the back of the head, and she got arrested for that.
What? Wait. Who even called the police for that?
He's the accuser, so I'm guessing him.
Oh,
okay?
wow.
You mean to tell me this woman has been getting dollars tossed on her for a living for who knows how long, and the one time she returns the favor, she gets arrested?
That's what I said. Who called the police for that?
The guy himself, right?
He should get donkey too.
Or somebody called, if he didn't call, right?
Whoever called the police should get donkey, and the police department should get donkey.
The police themselves are donkeys. So, but yeah.
M. Perk says, okay, Wendy says for so much better. Scooby-Doo says the girl that he tried to speak to was the reason they broke up. He did that on purpose. And Wendy says, your hair looks nice, Lenora.
Thank you, Wendy.
And she says, good night, Mom.
Good night, Wendy.
She says good night. So there you go, y'all. So don't forget, I put the email address up there. Email us, and Lenora will send you the link. Mm-hmm. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Always believe. And that was another Woods Report. See you later.